Ask Abby, providing answers, insights, and education designed to give you the tools and knowledge you need to thrive financially and live confidently in retirement.
Here with Abby Reed of the Reed Financial Group, the retirement family, on Ask Abby. And Abby, we have an article here from Ramsey Solutions, the Dave Ramsey team, talking about holiday spending and how to keep things in control. You brought this to my attention and actually noted that this is not just about the holidays. The information in this article really is applicable through the holidays, yes, but for a sound retirement plan and confidence financially throughout retirement, all of this information really is pretty valuable.
Right. So I think that this is a really good opportunity to not just think about Christmas and the holidays coming up and spending around that, but take this opportunity to think about spending and just in general lifestyle and retirement. So what we find when we start working with people that are maybe they're even in retirement, or they're starting to think about wanting to retire, or the pre-planners, they're 10 years away from it, thinking about what do I want to do in retirement? What are my goals? What are my expenses right now? And do I want to maintain the same lifestyle? Do I want to travel more in retirement? Those type things. And often what we find, especially with people that are already retired, and maybe they have an investment plan, but they don't have an income plan, they have no idea how much they're able to spend each year. They maybe take their RMDs, if they're of that age, and spend that. But they don't know, am I able to, go on this big vacation that I want to go on, or is that going to put my future self in danger? It's that uncertainty of how much can I spend, because I don't necessarily have an income plan. I don't know.
For those of us that don't do as good a job of defining how much we can spend for the holidays, there's the January hangover, right? Where we've got the credit card bills and the debt, and we're trying to pay off how much we splurged and overspent during Christmas and the holidays. But in retirement, that is a much more significant challenge for us to face if we have not planned effectively and appropriately.
Mm-hmm. And that's why the 3% rule or the 4% rule, that was the rule of thumb for decades for retirement planning, has really gone by the wayside, as it should, because when there's an environment like there is right now, and there's a pretty significant drawdown in not just stocks, but stocks and bonds, which in a traditional portfolio, that's it. That's what you've got, stocks and bonds. If you're overspending in a certain year, then you're either going to have to make cuts the next year, which sometimes you can't make cuts. There's, you've got expenses that you have to pay. You might be able to go on a few less vacations or whatever, but you still have to pay your bills. Or you're going to have to make adjustments in some other way, or increase your withdrawal rate, which brings sequence of returns risk onto the table, withdrawal rate risk. It's kind of a domino effect. And so if we think about it in terms of knowing how much to spend, the 4% rule is challenging in that aspect. And that's why we use a different approach to retirement income planning.
Well, the Ramsey Solutions article also mentions to try to avoid the Grinch around the holidays. I think there are several Grinches in retirement planning: market volatility, taxes, inflation. Wow, we've seen all of them this year.
We really have. It's been one of those years where it's kind of like people are turning on the news and wondering, okay, what is it today? What is my retirement plan going to have to fend off today? And it's been a lot of them. So like you were saying, market volatility is something that we've had to contend with. We've had to fight inflation. We've had to deal with rising interest rates, the Fed continuously raising interest rates. With inflation, that comes having to increase your spending, because you've got to buy the same stuff that you want to buy, but everything's more expensive. And so what's really helpful, and I think what gives people, our clients, the most peace of mind is having that retirement plan, going ahead and doing some stress tests when we make the retirement plan that says, if the market does go down 20%, if inflation is higher than we think it is going to be, if taxes are higher, if you live 10 years longer, all these what ifs that are already swirling around in people's minds, we can put the retirement plan to the test and make sure that it still withstands those types of things. And then when those things inevitably do happen, because they will, they know that, okay, we've already talked about this. We know what we're going to do in these type situations. The plan that we put together already has these things in mind, and it was built for these challenging times. And that gives people a lot of peace of mind.
Well, along with the joy, the presents, the gifts, I think that we do hear a little bit about how the holidays in particular can be stress-inducing, cause anxiety, and in certain cases, depression. Mm-hmm. We actually see that same phenomenon in retirement, which I don't think is talked about nearly as much. And I think both could probably be improved through the processes that you're talking about, through the planning that you're talking about, and through having that relationship with an advisor in the case of retirement to make sure that we are making well thought through and sound decisions to some extent.
Yeah, so the holidays are a time of a lot of joy for a lot of people and a lot of fun, and there's so much to look forward to, and there's traditions that maybe you and your friends or your family have, and it's a good time to make sure you carve out time for friends and family, and all of that is fantastic and very enjoyable. However, on the other side of that, there's people that have dealt with maybe loss in the last couple of years that are going into this holiday season for the first time, maybe without their spouse that they were with for so long, or some other life event that's happened that brings a little bit of sadness with the holidays as well. And so we see that also sometimes with retirement. So it's just those changes in life that can catch us by surprise. So something that we talk to our clients about, and this is kind of the coaching aspect of what we try and do, is especially for those that are very dedicated and passionate about their jobs, which most of our clients are. We're lucky to work with people that are very good at their jobs, very dedicated, very passionate. And I love that in somebody. But when you transition from doing that and everybody relying on you and, having that schedule to completely different and being in retirement, that can leave a little bit of emptiness, maybe losing a little bit of a sense of purpose. And so what we try and prepare people for that by saying this might happen. We've seen it happen to clients before. Maybe reach out and give them some resources, and then also think about volunteering. So that's what we've seen work really well for people that still want to give back and still want to be of service, but they don't want to do it in their career anymore because they don't want all the stress. They transition to volunteering, or picking up a hobby. Like pickleball is huge these days. So we're recommending that for people that maybe haven't heard it yet. Join a group, join a hiking group, play pickleball, find something that you're passionate about and do that in volunteering. And this is totally a different topic than finance. But I think holistically, we really care about our clients' wealth and having the best retirement that they can. And this type of thing is just as important as making sure their retirement plan financially is sound as well.
I don't think it is a completely different topic. And thank you for addressing this, because again, I don't think that this side of retirement is talked about nearly as much. The holidays and retirement, both of them can be difficult. But if we've got that plan in place, at least we don't have to worry and stress so much about that part of it, right? We can go and live and maybe deal with the other parts of it, knowing that we've got the plan in place for the financial side of it. So again, Abby, a great conversation today. Thank you for shedding light on this. I think good article, brought up some interesting turns to the conversation that we always appreciate hearing your answer to and the way that you address here on Ask Abby. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've got questions, you can submit those for the program, or you can ask Abby personally. You can go to goaskabby.com, or give a call to Abby Reed at the Reed Financial Group, 678-442-0255. 678-442-0255. Abby, always a pleasure. Thank you.
Always a pleasure here too, Peter. Thank you.
Here to answer your financial questions, visit the website goaskabby.com for show resources and to submit your questions and get answers, or to schedule your complimentary financial investment and retirement planning strategy session. You can also reach out to Abby directly at 678-442-0255. That's 678-442-0255, or at goaskabby.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Capital Management, LLC, BCM, a registered investment advisor. BCM and Reed Financial Group are independent of each other. Insurance products and services are not offered through BCM, but are offered and sold through individually licensed and appointed agents. Third-party ratings and recognitions are no guarantee of future investment success and do not ensure that a client or prospective client will experience a higher level of performance or results. These ratings should not be construed as an endorsement of the advisor by any client, nor are they representative of any one client's evaluation. The information presented on this program is provided for informational purposes only, without warranty of accuracy, completeness, or suitability for a particular purpose. This program is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. This information is general in nature and not specific enough to be construed as advice. You should not make any decision based on the information presented on this program without independent consultation with an appropriately licensed professional or competent advisor. Investment in securities or the market involves a potential risk for loss of principal. Trading, therefore, may not be suitable for all listeners. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs. Early withdrawals may subject the owner to penalties, fees, or taxes.